We got Selena here. Is it Germany that you came all the way from? Yeah, okay.
Last time I was here was like 2 years ago and I had like a super short bob. I'm super happy to be back. We went from Germany yesterday and I'm absolutely loving my length right now, but I'm not happy how my hair looks right now. I think it's kind of fine.
Okay.
And I want to add some more volume to it.
Yeah. What's your like routine? Wash every couple of days or?
Every 2 to 3 days I wash my hair.
Perfect.
I love to wear my hair up, but I also love to wear it down. I like to style it a little bit more wavy.
So she has fine hair, but she has a good amount of it, which I like absolutely love. It's not so much about the length that I'm really worried about, but I do want to take the length up just to make everything fuller. It's more the shape around your face and throughout. You can make the face frame stronger. It'll make it look fuller. Take this up. So you'll have those pieces when you do put it up that will pop out. And even if you work out, you can still tuck them. It'll actually make this look fuller because it kind of looks a little stringy. Also shaping and throwing some layers throughout so it all adds up just so you have movement throughout your hair. And the whole goal of this haircut is to make her hair look fuller and also add some shape. Not taking like much off the length, that's not gonna be a big change. The change is gonna be in the face frame and then the layers throughout just to make everything have movement. Other than that, like I think it's very simple. Keep it simple, you know, I think this is the best way.
All right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'm excited. We just shampooed and conditioned her hair. With sectioning, it's very simple. All the videos that I've been doing, this is exactly how I'm gonna part and section for most of my mid-length and longer haircuts. It just makes it so much more simple and easy to understand. 2 in the front, 1 in the back. And then you do horizontal sections all the way up on all sides. I always try to keep them on their natural part, unless they are absolutely set on something new, but you have to let them know and communicate. If you go back to your old part, depending on where it's at, it's not gonna be the same haircut. It's not gonna look the same. The layers around the face can look different. I had a woman who did that, who changed her part. She was in the middle and then she went to the side and was like, the haircut's just messed up. She went back to her old part, so it didn't look the same and she was freaking out that the haircut was bad. You have to communicate that with them and let them know that. It just makes it a lot easier. Communication with your clients is the best. We're going for more of a U shape with the perimeter. Why I'm doing that is because I like more of a natural shape. It's very subtle. The V is cool too, but not on this length of hair. It takes away from the fullness. And with the V, it makes it look like you have less hair. First section, posture. I had her scoot her butt back, have her put her head down just a little bit, cut straight across. So I'm gonna cut it square. And so when her head goes up, it goes into like a little bit of a U shape. Sectioning is super important when you're doing this. Make sure your sections are clean. You do not want messy sections. It just makes everything better when you do a haircut. Just keeps you organized. I like organized chaos rather than unorganized chaos. I just pull it together somewhat just to kind of chip away at the ends. I just want to see if it all adds up, and it does. So you can see it's got like a little bit of a U. Next section, we're gonna do the same thing. That first section is gonna be your guide all the way up. Make sure that your sections aren't too big when you're pulling them down, because if you can't see your guide, which you can right there, you can see the guide, you've got to take less. Do not try to cowboy it. Make sure you can see your guide, just so you know that you're cutting the right amount off. You can either cut too much off or you can cut too little off and then you've undercut it, and it's a whole different thing. I'm gonna do this all the way up. So you grew your hair out. Are you liking the longer hair better?
I do at the moment, but it's a matter of time. So
right.
I'm sure next time I'm here, I will be going back to the bob.
I love though that you're versatile with it. Some people can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not emotionally attached to my hair. So.
Yeah, you have your like a hairdresser out there?
I do. I have one in Cologne. I've been with her for many years.
Yeah.
She's the only one I trust besides you.
Yeah.
And she's super curious about you too. I told her last time I was cut the bob. Afterwards, I went to her and she wanted to know everything about you. And I showed her your profiles and she's following you and she's
I love that.
like,
Well, when we're out there, I want to go say hi.
Oh, she will love that.
I remember I did a class in Amsterdam and it was like such a cool aesthetic like salon. It almost looked like I was like going into a home. In a lot of salons, you feel like you're in a salon. I don't like that. I like feeling like I'm in something different. That's like when I did this place, I was like, I don't want it to feel like a salon.
In Germany, we don't have such thing as blow dry bars right now.
Yeah. I get that. Like, they don't really work that well out here, to be honest though. You have to do so many people to make that work. I just want less work. Also, I think people's hair is a lot more damaged, so they're going away from from all the heat styling. Now that we've done the back, so you're gonna keep your head up just right there, and then you're just gonna go over just a little bit. So we're basically gonna do the same thing as far as where we're putting your head. A little bit of a tilt that way. You're just gonna connect it to the back, being right there as your guide, straight across into a square shape, giving it that appearance of a little bit longer in the front, but it's not. Once we do the face frame, I'm gonna have my guide of where I'm gonna cut the corner. And I'm not gonna try to take that off. Especially people with finer hair, you want this to be full. Going into that U, into this right here, more square. Now she has like all this fullness in here, which is great. Trying to make her look like she has more hair, not less. No mullets, no mullets.
No, not for me today.
No mullets today. I'm not going for the mole. There's actually a place in Paris called David Mole. Beautiful salon. These old creaky wood floors. There's old fireplaces. It like reminds me of New York, but like better. You know, it's beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Take a section from the previous in the back. You're gonna use that as your guide. Cut that and go straight across. Boom. She's got that fullness. So now it goes square into that. Finish this last part, bringing the rest down. And everyone's hair is gonna be different. Some are gonna have more, some are gonna have less. Some aren't gonna have corners. You just gotta kind of work with what you got. It's not just one length hair. So I don't like cutting doll heads. I love real people, real haircuts. They have hairlines. There's all kinds of things you have to work with. Make sure to always check hair too to see what they got going on. So you're not like just cutting and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I didn't see that they have a hole right there. And now I have a hole in the haircut. When somebody walks in here, especially somebody that's a new client, I want to change something, make them look better than when they came in here, right? It's not like a huge change always needs to happen. People assume that a huge change is cutting off all the length. It's not true. It can be the length, but it can be a face frame. It can be a bang. It could be layers. This person that's in your chair is your billboard out there. This is what one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone comes in, especially someone new, just follow what my last hairdresser did. For what though? Because one, you're coming to somebody new to try something new. So why am I following the last thing your last hairdresser did? You might as well just go back to that person. Whether it's the layer, whether it's a bang, whether it's the length, it doesn't matter. Try to change something up. So when they do go out into the real world and somebody sees them, it's not like they're like, oh, did you notice anything? The husband's like, not really. Did you get a new shirt? No, I got a haircut. It looks exactly the same, babe. I'm sorry. Show a difference, right? And somebody told me that, you know, if you really want to stand out with cutting hair, change something. Now we're gonna go into the face frame. So we're gonna section right back into the way we did in the beginning, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. There's so many different ways of doing a face frame. This is what works for me. I will never tell you what is right or what is wrong. It's just what I've learned and what has worked for me throughout my years of doing hair. And that's honestly what I love about cutting hair. There is no right or wrong. It's just what works for you, works for you. Let's start off with her right side. You're gonna take a little section, right? And this is gonna be your guide for both sides. Her hair's a little bit on the thinner side in this front area, which is okay. All you gotta do is just take just a little bit of a bigger section. This is gonna be the beginning, right? The length that you're gonna start with. That's gonna be the guide that takes from this side and also from this side to even that out into that A-frame. Just a little bit below her chin. This way she can go back and she can tuck that if she wants to. Over direct this forward. This makes it so when it does fall back, it cascades back soft. You're gonna use the guide that I just cut. The higher you go, the softer this lays. The lower you go, the harder it lays. I'm gonna go on the harder side. Make sure you get all of this nice and combed out. Going on a harder line. It looks like it's gonna be a lot cut off, but the thing is, see how wispy all this stuff is? Start kind of cutting into it. What you're gonna do is chip away at it. You're not gonna cut hard lines. You're like carving it out. This makes it a lot easier. And do not rush this. This is not a technique that you wanna rush. Take your time because you really can mess some stuff up. I have, trust me. And also don't drink too much coffee when you do this because you can get shaky. I actually had a woman stop me one time. She's like, I think you might need to eat some food because I was so shaky. I was like, I just need to take a bite to eat really quick. She's like, yeah, please go do that. You can see how much more shape she has. But see, all this wispiness now has like a nice line to it. It's still soft, but it's fuller, especially when this dries. And this will grow out amazing. Take that same piece that you cut the guide with, you use that for this side. Instead of going forward, we're gonna switch it up on you. You're gonna flip it, make sure this is all combed out nice, because when you do flip it, you don't want any like little strays. There's your guide, and you're just gonna chip away at this. And you're gonna follow this all the way down And this is just the rough too. So just know that like when you are going through this, that you are gonna go back through this dry. I'm OCD, so I will go through this and try to make it as perfect as I can. Don't worry about that. You're gonna go back and clean everything up at the end anyway, so don't worry. Yeah, I could sit here all day refining this. Now, she has this beautiful shape around her face, which opened her up. And now the hair looks fuller, which will give it like a good shape, especially when she styles it, it'll be a lot easier. The next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna pull all the sides to the front. You're gonna pull them together and just make sure that this all adds up, and it does. You want that to add up. You want it to be balanced with the haircut. So I always make sure, just kind of check those. We just did the perimeter and we just did the face frame. Now we're gonna do the layers throughout the head so it connects to the face frame and everything will move together. Sections, again, same thing, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Do this with a lot of haircuts, and you'll notice in the videos, previous videos that we've done, I look at the front, and if they have less hair here and more hair here, I'll layer this a little bit more than I do here. Still connected, and I do that so it doesn't look like I took too much away from the fullness in her front area. We're gonna take our first section, which is right in the middle, and this is gonna be our guide that's gonna travel throughout the head on both sides. We're not gonna layer it too much, just enough so it has a good shape. Pull it straight up, and you're gonna cut a nice concave layer. While you're cutting a concave layer, it goes from short to long, leaving the perimeter full. Those are the layers that I cut most often. I don't really love taking away from the perimeter unless they have a ton of hair, and even then I just soften it in other ways. With Selena's hair, I'm just gonna do a nice concave layer. It's gonna be a longer layer. It's just gonna make everything look fuller as far as when it lays. And her layer ends right there, or starts right there and then goes throughout. You're gonna take that, you're gonna take a piece of that section from the previous, travel it over to the next side, and you're gonna go to the back of the ear. And once you get to the back of the ear, stop. Boom, there's your guide. Concave layers are also great for people who have finer hair. A lot of finer hair clients are very scared of layers. I always get those people that are just like, I don't want layers. I don't like layers. Makes my hair look thinner. These do not do that. Why I love these layers, especially with people with finer hair, because it just makes their hair still look full, but they have movement. You don't want just one length hair. It just makes it look wispier to me, because at the end of the day, you're not cutting any of this. I always try to convince people, especially people who have finer hair, that it's gonna be okay with that. You just have to trust me with it. And I do think it's all about how you talk to them. So if you don't have the confidence in the way you talk, like, well, maybe the layers will look good. I don't know. Nobody's gonna say, yes, do that. Yeah, they're gonna fucking look amazing. But there are some people that are just like, nope, don't want them. But I'm not gonna fight you on that. Sometimes you gotta let that go and move on. Selena is cool and lets me do shit. So we're getting to the back of the ear. We've already gotten to that side. Look how good that looks. Looks amazing. And then once it's blown out, the shape of it will be great. I'm gonna show you now how we get to the front and how we connect everything. I take a piece from the front and some from the back, and this is gonna be your guide. You're not gonna follow this completely though, and this is where it gets scary. Look how much I would have to cut off to follow that guide. I would have to cut all of that off right there. We're not doing that. What we're gonna do, the guide starts right there. We're gonna keep it on the fuller. You're gonna actually chip away at it, and see how much I just cut off? So now I just left all of that right there. Now she has a little bit more fullness, but it's all connected. So when this moves, it all moves together. Next section, see if we even have to cut anything. We probably don't. Just clean it up. That is all done, it's all connected. Now she has layers in the front, just not as short as the back. I don't love disconnected haircuts all that much. If you do it, cool. I have nothing against it. It just doesn't work for me, like especially with this haircut. Now we've moved over to the next side. Previous from the guide to the new section. That's your start. And you're just gonna chip away at it. That's it. Always check your work. I do not wanna actually think that my haircuts are always just on point. And sometimes in these videos, you'll see that they are not. I always check just to make sure. If it's on camera, I don't care. I want you guys to see that so you guys can fix that stuff too. It doesn't matter like how many times I've done this. There's always something I'm always have to just like touch up or fix or whatever. Always just want to make sure. So first section, I just start with a little bit of a horseshoe. Basically that section that you had, back of the ear to the crown, pull this straight up. And what you're gonna do is just make sure, oh, look at that, see? I'm gonna let that walk out, it would have been bad, right? So I'm just gonna make sure that that's all good, and you're just gonna cut off that little corner so it looks like that. That little corner area, I'm actually gonna pull straight up again and check just to make sure. If you find that one little piece is off, just double check this and it's all good. Boom. Now we're gonna go to the front, and you're gonna start in the front of the ear going forward. Same thing on the other side, front of the ear, forward. You're gonna pull this straight up, and you're gonna just look to see what that looks like. So right there, If you see that little V, you're just gonna cut off that little corner right there. Now we're good. Front of the ear to the back of the ear, because you've already checked this crown area. Same thing on this side. Pull this straight up. Boom. So this side is a little bit on the fuller side. So let's just get that going. It's all good. Now we are checked. Selena probably feels good that I checked it.
Absolutely.
I used to think clients would be annoyed because it was taking too much time. You don't want them coming back because then it's more time out of their day and your day. If someone does call and goes, hey, my haircut's not right, I don't even argue. I literally just say, okay, cool, let's just get them in, check it out, rather than being like, no, it's right. Like, I'm the hairdresser, I did it right. Like, I don't care, something could have gone wrong, it does not matter. So just always invite them back in and just go, yeah, cool, let's just check it out. Because I've had it actually where they've come in and everything was fine. There was nothing wrong. It was just, you know, styled differently, something, whatever, it just laid differently. Always bring them in, no matter what. Come on in, I'll take care of it. We'll just have a look at it rather than going, oh no, hold on, I'm fighting back. Once you get your ego involved, it is not good. I always just invite them back in, let's check it out and make sure everything's good. And then they feel heard, they feel good about it. That's all that matters. If you look at her hair, it doesn't feel like it's like we took off much length. She has more shape around the face, which you'll see when we style it, and then she's got movement. It was a very, very simple haircut. Simple is always more in every situation. Why people don't like cutting hair is because it's very overcomplicated with education, cutting hair these days. I just think it's like simple is always more. All right, let's style. We just blew out her hair. There was a couple different brushes I was using. I was actually sampling something we're kind of testing out right now, which was actually a pretty good brush, I'm not gonna lie. The blue and the orange, they're a good ceramic brush. I just wanted a little bit more texture. And with ceramic, I get a little bit more texture in the hair than I do with a boar because it smooths it out too much. Easy blowout with a little bit of flip, volume. Now we're gonna go into refining, especially the face frame. Front of the ear forward. And instead of flipping this like I did when it was wet, I go forward because I can go like this. If you look at it, it's not perfect. So you just kind of clean that up. Boom. Now she has a nice face frame. Second section, back of the ear, bring everything forward. Same thing. And just clean up the loose ends. Now her face frame is complete on that side, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. That was from the front of the ear forward. Now we're gonna go from the back of the ear forward. Our face frame is all good. I just want to go through a little bit, just make sure with the layers in the back that everything's connected. Take that middle section again, and this is going to be the start. I'm just going to cut off these little corners just so everything connects. It's not like I'm taking off much, I'm not changing the haircut, and we're just going to the back of the ear with this. So I already cut that. Remember where you cut into. You're going to just literally take the next section, you're going to pull it up right about there. You're gonna see there's like that little bit of a corner. See how nice it lays? It just lays soft. Can't really see the layers, which is what I'm going for. That's also why I didn't thin it out as well. Let's go into the next section. This is the last section. I'm just gonna take this up, go right about there. Take off those little wisps. Boom, now we're good. So now everything connects into here. Look how full her length is with the layers. People with fine hair are usually pretty scared with layers. Don't worry about it. Once you explain it to them how it lays, it makes all the sense. But when I'm doing consultations, I don't over explain either. It's like me going to the doctor. He just goes, we're just gonna cut you open, we're gonna put you out, it's gonna be all good. I feel a little bit better about that. But if he explains every little detail and confuses me, then I start overthinking. You don't need to over explain to them because at the end of the day, they don't really know either. And a lot of them now are educated by YouTube or Instagram and stuff like that. Don't worry, you are the professional. Do not over explain. It just makes it that much more simple. If you're doing layers, explain, I'm doing layers. It's just gonna add some movement. Keep it simple. She has a nice, beautiful blow dry. She could leave like this. This could be fine. But I wanna add a little something, right? Some wave to it. This is what we're gonna style it with. A Marcel iron. Super easy to use. I love this thing. It's got the little swirly. This is about a 1 1/4 inch. Why I'm doing the 1 1/4 is because I want it to still be like a looser wave, but hold. It's gonna be perfect because it's like in the medium range, a tighter curl to a looser curl, so it's like right in the middle. So this will last throughout the day, if not even in tomorrow. Same sectioning again, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, horizontal sections up. Same way that you're gonna section with all throughout this haircut. What I was talking about is like how simple it can be for you. This keeps it also very balanced as far as like symmetry through the hair with the wave. There's nothing worse to me than this side looking different than this side. Right here, this is gonna be your first section. This is gonna go on top of the hair, not underneath, right? So if you're going underneath, what you're doing is you're creating volume. But if you're going on top, you're actually giving it less volume. I don't need much volume with her hair. Wrap it once, turn it, boom. So I went twice with that. I gotta remember that for the next section. If I go 2 here and 4 here, as far as going like that, it's gonna look a little different. If you're newer with this, it's gonna take practice. Practice makes perfect. When I first started doing this, I was a mess, right? I was holding this thing very tight. It's all about just having it very loose and being able to move and function with it, right? Like I'm like a samurai with this thing. I can fucking do anything. The more you use this, the better you will get. Personally, I use this on the highest heat possible. I'm quick with it, right? If you're not quick, turn it down, especially in the beginning. You're not trying to burn your hair off. If you are new, or even if you're not new, and you're just like, oh, I wanna really learn how to perfect this, put on lower heat, or don't even put the heat on and just practice waving your hair with this. It will make a big difference. I promise you. I've been doing this for a long time. You will get better about this. It is hard on yourself. I have put on wigs and I have done it myself. I know it's not easy. Take your time with this. Do not give yourself 2 minutes before you go to work to do this, because you will destroy something. I can't even do your hair in 2 minutes. We're also going away from the face, right? Which is going away from the face, not towards the face. But you'll see, I'm gonna switch it up on you guys. The next section, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna split it in half. I'm not gonna do one, right? I'm gonna do two, because I want the wave to be more piecey and not just one wave. The more sections you give, the more pieciness you're gonna have with this. 2 sections here, so remember this, like I said, 1 section here, 1 section there. Remember where you did the curls and remember how many sections you took. You want the balance and symmetry. I'm very OCD with this kind of stuff because it does matter when you're curling hair. So this one's gonna go away from the face. 1. See how I'm using this just to kind of open this up, turning it. Next one. And then boom. And see, I'm barely even holding this thing. It's just kind of letting right through it. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want that crease. A lot of you guys that are creasing your hair, it's because you're holding this way too tight, you're way too strung out, or you're just been drinking too much coffee. Have this thing loose, be able to move around with this thing. Practice that. I would practice even doing this. Hot Tools is a very great iron. It's very inexpensive. It's like $49 to $100 compared to some of the newer ones that are like $200 to $300. They just are hot, so be careful. We're going away from the face as well. Remember, you're on top of the hair. And I'm going pretty quick because there's not much hair in this, and she's got finer hair. We're not trying to, burn her hair. So you can see that nice little wave that it created. I did 2 turns. Once I get to the ends, I just kind of like let it out so it's not completely ring curled, right? We're not going for Shirley Temple curls. We're not going for prom. We're not going for quinceañera curls. Now that we've gotten to the top, I'm gonna switch it up for you guys. We're gonna go towards the face with this 1 section right here, just to give this a little bit of a difference in the look of it. Gonna give it a little bit more volume right in there. And we're doing the same thing, 2 turns, letting that out. You see how that looks? Right in front, which is gonna go right around her face. I'm gonna bring that down to like right there, to like right at her cheekbone. Turn, and then boom. See where that lays? Right there. So it opens up right around her cheekbone area. Accentuate her cheekbones. It's just gonna look amazing. I usually do the back first. I don't know why I did the front, doesn't really matter. We're gonna do the back now. And like I said, this is all the way that I do it. If you do it differently and it works better for you, do that. I love that. Head down just a little bit. This is gonna be our first section, and you don't want it to be too much, about that big of a section. We're gonna break that into 2. They both go away from the face, so when it's pulled forward, they both go out like that. If it goes one way like this and then the other way that way, it doesn't look right, excuse me. Especially with these 2 sections right there in the beginning. Now, if you saw how I did that, I don't know if you guys saw that. The opposite side, how do I do it? How do I get that on top, right? Could I go like that and just wrap it? No, I could wrap it, but it's not gonna look the same. Grab the hair, and I went underneath with the clamp, opened that up, closed it, wrapped it once, pull it out a little bit, wrap, and then let that out. It's a little bit on the harder side. Both went on top of the hair and then waved away from the face. It's hard to get that. Like I do it with a brush as well. I used to work for some pretty OCD people that like made sure that you waved hair exactly the same as the other side, which was great because I love it, because now I have the detail in these hairstyles, and it's super important in my opinion. We're gonna do 4 sections here. Your next section, I literally only do about that much. Try not to go much bigger than the diameter of the iron. If you go a little bit bigger, it's fine. If you do too big of a section, you're not curling the whole thing, right? Or you have to hold it for a lot longer. But this is gonna be different than the bottom, because I only did 2 pieces on the bottom section. I'm gonna go away from the face on the ends, curling twice, just like how I did that last one. I would usually just go through this really quick. I would just go straight across, right? But I wanna show you why. This one, and this is going away from the face. Those 2 sections right there that were below this go away from the face. I'm gonna go the opposite, okay? I'm gonna go towards the face, brick-laid basically. And this is gonna be your guide for the next section and the next section after that until you get to the top. So I just brick-laid it and did the exact opposite of what this was waved in. This one's going away from the face, this one's going towards the face, boom. Now that's waved. And I remember like when I started waving here, I was waving in all different directions. And once I got the pattern, it just all made sense and it laid nice. Break it into 4s again. 2 right here, 2 right there. And see, these lay towards the face, away from the face. So now this is gonna go away from the face and this one's gonna get towards the face because it's the opposite. So now that you have your guide on how to do it, you just follow this all the way up. You don't wanna overheat the hair. So if you notice that you've overheated the hair and it's not curling, let it cool down for a sec, move on to the next section, and then come back to that. If you keep going over and over it, it's just gonna die more. It's not gonna curl, it's just gonna go flat. I get it because sometimes we're doing hair and we're doing a style for an event, wedding, whatever it is you're doing it for. We panic and then we're like, we just keep going over that same section, just hoping that it'll just come back. Let it chill for a little. You got to give it a little bit of space. You can see how they're just starting to like lay on top of each other. And this is giving that effect of like it being more of a natural undone wave. Natural hair does not all curl in one direction. Curly people's hair does not all curl in the same direction. It gives it more of this like undone kind of natural feel. And in my opinion, it just looks better than trying to curl it all in the same direction, and it just lays better. Because usually if you do wave it all in one direction, it just ends up blocking together and just looks like a big clump of a curl. Or if you're going for like a glam wave or something like that, that's what it's for. Next section, same thing, going right into the 4s. And I also just let these kind of set so they can cool off. Brick lay again, this one's going towards the face, this one's going away from the face. Let's sit for a sec, boom. Towards the face, away from the face. This one's going towards the face. You guys see what's going on here, right? It's just a brick layering technique, very easy to follow. Everything I try to do, I just try to simplify and make it as easy as possible, especially because I'm a salon hairdresser, trying to get the style that they're looking for and it not take me 2 hours to do. This whole area is completely done. Now we're at the crown. We're gonna change it up on you guys a little bit. I take 3 sections now. 2 on the side and 1 in the middle. Why I am doing that, hopefully this makes sense to you guys. When you curl hair, say if I would have just broke that into 2 and curled 1 going this way or 1 going that way, however you were gonna do it, the hair splits. You create almost like a cowlick. When you take these 2 sections, curl them either way, away or towards the face, and then you curl this any way you want, this stays together so it doesn't break apart and look like you created a cowlick. So I'm just gonna curl any way that I want. So you see how that didn't break apart? This one is gonna go away from the face because I went towards the face on that one in the front. Same thing with this. Boom, that's the back. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Took me a long time to figure it out, but once I figured it out, it made sense. Remembering how I curled on this side, right? The first section was away from the face. It's all one. I didn't do 2 sections, so I'm going away from the face. I did 2 turns on it, boom, just like that. Remember, I only did 3 partings in here, and then I broke it into 2. Away from the face, and so does that front piece. And then it's gonna switch up on the next section. So I'm just gonna clip this away for a sec, because I wanna get this front piece that goes away from the face, right at that cheekbone, boom. So if you look at that wave and that wave, they look balanced and they right at her cheekbone, right? I didn't go above or below it. And this one is gonna go towards the face, just to switch it up on everyone a little bit, gives it a little bit of a nicer volume. Now we're all done. Those are setting, right? We're just letting it cool off for a sec and take this off. We got 2 products we're gonna use. We're gonna go through, have your head put down. I go forward, brush it out with my hands. If you brush it out with a brush, cool. It's a different look when you brush it out with your hands rather than a brush. I like the brush look, but we're not going for that. More of like a messier, like undone, kind of tousled look. You can already see the shape. You can see the face frame in there. You can see the layers come to life. Like everything has like movement, all balanced. It doesn't look uneven to me. Using my favorite, our texture spray, Sex Hair. Just gonna go through it just a little bit, not too much. I love this texture spray because it's perfect for her type of hair. Very pliable. You can use as much and as little as you want, right? And it doesn't make it feel weighted down. It's not gonna go flat. I'm going for more of like the second day feel. We're also gonna throw a little bit of our hair oil mist in it. This is gonna add some nice little shine / sheen. I grew up at the beach. That look of like beach hair, it wasn't always like a shiny look. It was like sheen, shine. Get out of the ocean and it dries. I love that look. I love this mist also because I'm not putting it in my hands and making a mess and saturating it all in that one spot, kind of like saturate it throughout the hair. and where I want it to be, and I don't have the mess on my hands and I don't have to do a bunch of cleanup afterwards. It's not too heavy. A lot of people with finer hair are kind of scared of oils, scared of creams because it weighs their hair down. This does not do that. Now we are coming to the finale, the end. Almost like it's like a little bit longer, right? Just because we blew it out, we stretched it out. It has shape to it. You have that face frame, you have the layers throughout. Your hair looks fuller, looks healthier. You can also like throw your hair up if you want to, you know, with like pieces. Now she won't need a haircut, probably like 3-4 months, maybe even a little bit longer if she wants to push it. It's fun.
Woo!
It's great, right?
Yeah, absolutely love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I was in the front row today.
You were, that's right.
The show very first.